Hi, welcome to the Speedy Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis, and this is your Superman news video recapping the events of the week, December 2nd to December 8th, 2016. Our top news stories this week included Zack Snyder posts a DC Star Wars mashup trailer titled Darkseid Knight vs. Super Jedi. Mr. Mix's Pitlick is rumoured to be appearing in upcoming episodes of Supergirl. And we've announced the winners of the 2016 Shield Awards. Let's check out these news stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, Zack Snyder posted the following mashup trailer on his Vero account, bringing the world of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice together with that of the Star Wars universe. Darkseid Knight vs. Super Jedi, check it out.
I have felt it.
We have a new enemy. The Force is strong with him. He could destroy us.
There is still good in him.
I am not a committee!
This is a dangerous time.
It's a trap!
You will be tempted by the dark side.
Don't try to frighten us with your sorcerer's ways.
If he could be turned, he would become a powerful ally.
Yeah.
That boy is our last hope.
Can it be done?
You can watch it in full at our website now. In TV news, while there was no new Supergirl episode for us to review this week, with the show now enjoying its mid-season break, our own T.A. Hewitt did submit reviews of the three-part Invasion crossover from The Flash, Arrow and DC's Legends of Tomorrow, which Supergirl was heavily involved in. He gave all 3 episodes a 3 out of 5 rating, saying, "You can be happy that we actually got to see these characters interact and totally envelop yourself in the feeling that creates, or you can press for more, in which you may lose all or receive both." Read his full reviews for each Invasion episode at our website now. Executive producers Andrew Kreisberg and Mark Guggenheim revealed via EW.com that there were a number of scenes that were cut or spoken about but never included in the 4-way Invasion crossover between those shows. Guggenheim said, "Originally we had designed the Dominators with green robes that were very iconic of the comic. When we decided to do all the Dominators full CG, as we ended up doing, the robes had to go away because the presence of the robes made animating them prohibitively impossible." Reports are that Mr. Mix's Pitlick, the imp from the 5th dimension, is set to make an appearance on the Supergirl TV series. While no casting announcement has been made yet, the mischievous imp is expected to appear in 2 episodes during the second half of Season 2. As comic book fans know, Mix's Pitlick plagues Superman and Supergirl from time to time, every 90 days with pranks and insight. The only way he can be defeated is by tricking him into saying his name backwards. In an interview with the EW's Entertainment Weirdly radio show, Jackson Stewart revealed that when he was a production assistant on the TV series Supernatural, there was talk of doing a crossover with Smallville. He said there was a lot of really cool ideas that some of the writers had. They had an episode where they really wanted to do a Superman curse that was about every actor who plays Superman ends up getting killed, so they find out that Tom Welling from Smallville is next and have to save him. Obviously that crossover never happened, but it would have been interesting for them to explain how Dean Winchester, played by Jensen Ackles, looked so much like Clark's assistant football coach, Jason Teague. In comic book news, there were 2 Superman comic books for us to review this week. First up was Superman Annual Number 1, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who said, "It's an enjoyable tale that isn't mired down by the current storyline and instead goes into looking at Clark himself," and he gave this issue a 5 out of 5. T.A. Hewitt reviewed Injustice Gods Among Us Year 5 Annual Number 1, giving it a 2 out of 5 rating, saying, "The final story delivers in a manner that makes me vexed that Buccellato phoned in most of his stories." Superman comics available this week from December 7th include DC Comics Bombshells number 20 print edition, Injustice Ground Zero number 1 print edition, which is available in a variant cover, Justice League number 10, which is available in a variant cover, Superman number 12, which is also available in a variant cover, Absolute Infinite Crisis hardcover, DC Rebirth Omnibus hardcover, Injustice Gods Among Us Year 5 Volume 1 hardcover, Injustice Gods Among Us Year 4 Volume 2 trade paperback, and Justice League Volume 8 Darkseid War Part 2 trade paperback. Statues, figurines, busts, paperweights and maquettes. Superman fans and collectors are sport for choices. Get this classic DC collectible Superman Darwin Cook statue for $49.99. Or how about the DC collectible Superman by Shane Davis statue for just $44.90? These and other Superman statues and figurines are available from your one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. In other news, the results are in for our 16th annual awards ceremony for the world of Superman, the Shield Awards, which gave you, the fans, the opportunity to voice your opinion about comic books with a 2016 cover date, Superman-related movies, TV shows and Superman merchandise released in 2016. The results have been forwarded on to DC Comics, Warner Brothers, the CW and the various winners. Congratulations to those creative people involved. Check out the complete results of all 15 categories at our website now. And by voting in the 2016 Shield Awards, you automatically went into the draw for a chance to win a prize pack consisting of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Cut on Blu-ray and Supergirl the complete first season on DVD. There could be only one winner, and that lucky person is Michael Ho. Congratulations, Michael. Your prize is on its way to you now. And that's all the news there was for the week December 2nd to December 8th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone and welcome to another fabulous episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So I recently watched the Flashpoint Paradox. I know I'm 3 years behind, but I want to talk about it now. I waited for it to come on Netflix, if you must know, and Netflix is a great place, except aside from their original programming, you oftentimes have to wait a little while. And now I want to watch The Throne of Atlantis, which was teased at the end of the Flashpoint Paradox, but I guess that'll probably be another year before that comes on there. What I wanted to say about the Flashpoint Paradox is, even though it's not a Superman story, I was actually kind of surprised that they kept the Superman portion of the overall arc sort of involved there. The thing about the Flashpoint Paradox is that story itself was contained in 5 or 6 issues. Then there was Lois Lane and the Resistance was 5 or 6 issues. Then there was Project Superman, which was 5 or 6 issues. Then there was the battle between the Amazons and the Atlanteans, which was 5 or 6 issues. And when you put them all together, you have the entirety of what happened during the Flashpoint Paradox that was broken up into all these stories. In the movie, only being 74 minutes or whatever, they don't have a whole lot of time. So my expectation was that they were just going to tell the Flash portion and just give us the actual several part episode of the Flashpoint Paradox. But they did not do that. They included parts from Lois Lane, they included parts from the Atlantean War, they included parts from Project Superman. And when you mesh them all together like that, I don't know if the completion of all the parts into this 170-minute event really does all the parts justice, though I was kind of happy with some of what they did with Superman, and then, of course, disappointed with the fact that, once again, Batman has to be the overall hero. And this wasn't even the real Batman. Without him, the Flash gets killed by Eobard Thawne, the world gets destroyed, and everything gets, everybody loses. The good guys lose. The thing with Superman was, of course, Superman of the original Flash Earth appears in the beginning, and by the way, I hate the way they draw the men in this. They have giant muscular faces. They look deformed almost. Aquaman, Superman. The thin guys are okay, Barry, but when you get into the muscle guys, even the General, they just look like mutants. Like the skin is falling off them, or they're just big and weird. And so Superman's at the beginning, but then when the Flashpoint universe gets created, he doesn't get seen again till near a third of the way through the film, and you see his blue and red ship come. They spent a lot of time on showing that arrive and showing that he's here, that I got excited, and I thought, maybe he's going to be a part of this, and I really hoped that he would be the one to save them at the end, and then Flash overall be the one to save them. But instead, it was Batman, Thomas Wayne, who gets to save him, and without Batman, everything goes to hell. So Superman didn't need to be there. None of the other heroes need to be there. Lois didn't need to be there. Lex didn't need to be there. None of those people had to be there. But every time I see them, I get a little excited because I think maybe they're going to get some due. Now, they did show Superman be heroic. When he first shows up, he saves them all. So if they were killed right then, the mission would end. And then because he cuts people in half with his heat vision, not knowing that was going to happen, he runs off because he's bothered by it. Then he shows up again when Cyborg is dying, but here's the thing. He shows up to say, friends, I'm going to help you, he just says the word friends and he stops Aquaman and Aquaman runs off. But when he does it, Cyborg dies 10 seconds later anyway, so his appearance at the end of the movie is really worthless and does nothing other than to show that he is still being what Superman would be, trying to help. But then he sits there on his knees, sad, and just waits for the wave to wash over them. Instead of going, you can see the Flash 2 feet away getting kicked around by Eobard. I'm not saying he saw that and just let it happen, but it would have been nice, and I know they had Batman disappear earlier so that he could show up later. But okay, so how about maybe he adds some speed to the Flash and helps him, when the Flash is barely making it and slows down and falls and isn't sure if it's going to happen at the end and the wave is about to get there. You could have had Superman pick him up and help him start running again, just so that there was a combined effort between Batman, Superman, and the Flash, and there would be more of a reason for him to be there. Overall, I did like the movie, but as a Superman story, obviously we knew going in this wasn't going to be that. But I also think it was a missed opportunity once you spend all that time, and some of the animation was really nice, the ship landing, crashing, him being in the project and in the room where they first went to rescue him. They changed some characters around, but I wish that they had done more with Superman, and I'm not all that surprised that Batman, again, was kind of the star of this movie, secondary star after the Flash, but in a lot of cases, the secondary star is more liked and more important, and he was the overall cooler, more badass character that backed up the Flash, and in the end shows up as the big surprise to take out the villain so that the Flash can get the universe back on track. Superman in it, but on a Superman scale, I'd probably give it a 1 in terms of what we see and what they do with his character. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky.
Oh.